season. That is to say, the seed speed is variable. What that means is as each item gets placed, it changes the speed to get to the next item. So we will no longer have a slow seed that's really obvious or a fast seed that's really obvious because you won't be able to tell because it'll just keep changing. Okay, and here we go. What do you think that first item's going to be?
I'm going to go with high jump boots because
Why not? Everybody's favorite item. For those of you that have ever played this game without high jump boots, you know how important they are. Let's see if we can get Sloater's favorite item, Spring Ball.
yeah, that was going to say when you said it's everybody's, like I can think of one person who would disagree with.
Well, we do get the vanilla morph. I see an X-ray, a call for X-ray. That could be the next one. Yeah, and Sloaters actually won the league last season. Only lost twice the entire season, once to a man named Zost and once to another man named Ajder. Both very good players. This season, Ajder will be in the league. Zost has decided to take a season off. But hopefully he'll come and do one of these weeklies at some point. Osse, one of our up-and-coming runners, comes from the SMZ3 side of things. It's done quite a good job at learning SM in its own right. Won the Prodigy tournament that took place for any percent in the spring.
Yeah, seeing Osse's growth over the last couple months has just been incredible. He's, somebody who is already pretty well established just through SMZ3, but then coming in and starting the any percent tournament as one of the only Fantune first runners, one of the new route runners. It was incredible to watch it.
Yep. Okay, Sloater's gonna go check the extra item over here. Osse decides just to go straight up. Yeah, so that door being blue instead of red has been a change that was in the item randomizer tournament from 2 years ago. So we've kept a lot of those changes that Total did in his randomizer when the Varia guys took over and made it super customizable. Osse did check the item below Mother Brain, got an extra pack of missiles out of it, or extra pack of supers. He doesn't have any missiles yet. It's always a little weird when you don't see any missiles on your HUD.
Yeah, it also messes with your rhythm when you're going through your item select stuff.
Yeah, it sure does.
Two very clean wall climbs from both runners.
And our bomb plasma beam.
It's a pretty nice find. This.
Yeah. Not really needed to beat the game, but boy, is it nice to have a beam that actually does a decent amount of damage. Now let's see what that Terminator is. So only 5 power bomb runs right into Spazer. I usually like to call this the menu of shame, but even if you don't run into it here, you're gonna run into it on your way down, so really no shame in this case. See if Sloaters does the same thing. Boom. It's a trolly place. That is as troll as you can get, in my opinion, for Spazer. The combination of that with already having plasma.
Yeah, there's not much time to actually think to avoid it, and you're already kind of wanting to pick up whatever's there anyway this early. So you're kind of working against yourself if you want to skip whatever.
Yeah, the only way you're avoiding it is if you take the time to avoid it, but then you're not gonna miss it the next time around. The odds of you remembering to skip over it when you go through there later is pretty slim. And Wave Beam. Boy, they've already got quite the beam combo. No charge yet.
I think there were supers under the bridge, so 20 already before they even get down to Edecoons.
I know, it's always amazing.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good to be able to head down to Ridley if they're given some other tools to be able to do that.
Oh, a nice reverse mock ball for Osse. Sloaters decided to check the extra miner up top. This makes sense that Sloaters is checking extra miners and Osse is cutting a few corners. Osse being, I would say Sloaters being the favorite here, so Osse trying to gain any advantage that he can. And Sloaters doing a nice job doing a Mission Impossible type strat to get the super missiles under there without having to shoot the block there.
Yeah, not quite as damning as in SMZ3, where if you fall down there, you have to actually bomb it out. We do have soft lock prevention in place.
Yeah, my understanding was a little more difficult to put the soft lock prevention in SMZ3, and it isn't quite as necessary in that there's so many different ways to get around because of the different portals.
I think it keeps you more honest too, as far as what decisions you're making. So I don't mind it in that.
And Osse finally picking up a second pack of missiles. Already with 25 supers, and I think each of them has skipped one super pack, so that's plenty available for Ridley. And no need to glitch the wave gate because they have wave beam. Osse remembering that he does have wave beam. Ooh, and picks up charge beam. We probably won't see a whole lot more ammo pickup. Might see them pick up some more power bombs for a possible crystal flash if they have to do hell runs in Norfair.
Yeah, we'll see some easy checks. I don't think we'll see anything really out of the way, but that's just going to be looking for power bombs unless they find ice. Sloaters doesn't need wave beam to get through wave gate.
Yeah, Sloater says I don't need that wave beam. Only 3 tanks so far, so Hell Run to Ice is in logic. Hell Run to Bubble Mountain, not yet in logic. Osse says, I have charge beam, I have no more need to check missiles or pick up missiles. But yeah, see, it sounds like we have a few new people. So this being a major minor split, basically what happens is the major items plus E-tanks and reserve tanks have all been shuffled, and all the ammo items have been shuffled. That is the super missiles, power bombs, and regular missiles. The one exception to make Wreck Ship a little bit more enticing, the super item on the right side has been swapped with the E-tank at the high jump boots, just to have an extra item at the Wreck Ship, so it's more likely that you'll want to go that direction.
And I was wondering if we were going to see both or just one runner make this play, but some early X-ray action for both.
Yeah, I know Sloaters is capable of doing it. I don't think I've ever seen Osse do it before, so really, really nice job getting over there with no problem.
Yeah, that was very clean on his part. And he has no more power bombs, so you had to do a little short wall jump to get into that little gap.
That's not an easy wall jump to do. Okay, Sloater's gonna try again. Here, has the first part. Basically, what he's doing is he wants to take damage off of these waivers because they only damage him. I think it's 5, whereas the spikes with no suits is 60. And so he can use the iframes to move along. And you will notice Osse waiting to go back, waiting for the right timing of having the waiver come back and be able to damage boost off of it.
Yeah, things can go really wrong really fast in that room, so I don't blame him.
Yes, they can. This is not in logic ever without at least some other items. So there are a few ways that X-ray can become in logic outside of the obvious space jump or grapple beam. It can become in logic with, first of all, you have to have 6 E-tanks or 2 E-tanks in Varia. But you need a few other items, like bombs will get you in. High jump plus speed booster will put it in logic. I think spring ball by itself, I think, puts it in logic. Certainly spring ball with high jump. And what's the other one? Oh, ice beam will put it in logic. And the nice thing about it is, even though the logic is a pretty low number of E-tanks, it's pretty common that if you are forced to do that, there will be a lot more E-tanks available than that.
All right, and that Spazer E-tank does put the Hell Runs into logic, even though they have an extra one from the not in logic X-ray.
Right. And Sloater's still rocking the Spazer beam. And there he turns it off, or switches it back. Yeah, at this point, I think the only ammo they're really looking for is extra power bombs. 5 is a really low amount. We haven't seen Ice Beam yet, and if they need to go through Turian with power bombs, you're going to want to have 15 total. You need 12 to get through. 10 isn't too bad because you might be able to get the drops you need, but if you only have 5, you're guaranteed to have to go back and forth quite a bit. So they want to get at least 1 more power bomb pack, probably 2, or find Ice Beam. And also the 15 power bombs is the magic number for having crystal flash ability. They probably don't need it, but it's nice to have because then you can be a little bit more or a little bit less cautious with your hell runs.
Yeah, I think besides suits, if they get 15 power bombs in the suits, then they're basically in go mode. I think both these runners, well, I guess maybe they'd want bombs if they want a crystal flash into Dragon. It's going to be one of those things that the more power bombs they get, as long as they can crystal flash, it's going to be more likely to not have them hunt for speed.
Yeah, the Ice Beam and the Speed Booster being the 2 logical items you'll need to get to Dragon through Botwoon.
We have a microwave beam situation on our hands.
We do indeed. That'll make Meridia and even Fantoon a lot faster. Osse gonna be the first to go down to Norfair. Let's see if he's gonna do the Ice Beam Hell Run first. I like this. With this many E-tanks, he should have no trouble getting through here. And then if High Jump has an E-tank, he doesn't have to worry about refilling.
Yeah, refilling in Business Center is not really that fun. I definitely see why he wants to do this to avoid that as much as possible.
It looks like Sloater is doing the same thing.
And with that E-tank, he probably wouldn't refill anyways. He's not going to take too much damage on his way back out of the Ice Beam room.
Yeah, this seed is definitely screaming hell runs at the runner, so I suspect we'll be seeing some action for that.
That
Osse
is a
getting the
super
iceless
tight
escape.
ice escape.
Oh, and he gets it. Nicely done.
Iceless ice escape.
That's hard enough to do with Ice Beam. And without the timer counting down as the... Oh, and Floater's also doing it? Boy, we're definitely getting a really nice exhibition of play here. Ooh, speed booster. So that actually saves them a lot because they won't have to do the hell run through Cathedral. They'll be able to go straight through Frog Speedway.
I'd be interested to see if anybody checks Croc first, even though the item density isn't as high. You can just kind of one-shot him and get that out of the way pretty quick. I doubt we'll see it, but...
With these two, I suspect they'll do the hell runs, but there is an argument for doing Croc first since you don't have nearly as many heated rooms to deal with in Croc. And, you know, if your Barry is down there, then you might be able to avoid any real hell runs altogether. Osse can do the tricky right side wall jump. This saves a door transition since if you're going to run from the save room door, you are going to have to do, you have to run through the door to do it without high jump boots. And Sloater's just going to do that right now. He turns off speed to make it a little bit easier to... Because speed messes up your jump height when you don't have high jump boots. Also interesting that Osse is doing wave beam before the speed booster check.
I think this is a great way to route this because he's going to be able to refill on his way to speed, refill on his way out of speed, and be able to hit the Norfair Reserve. And that, I mean, he's really going to save a little bit of time only doing the 2 refills.
Yep. Sloaters doesn't quite get that super missile size. I don't really care that much. And Screw Attack. The best luxury item in the game, in my opinion.
Yes.
Always nice to get that before you go down to Lower Norfair.
The Escalade of majors.
And nice D-boost over to the reserve tank location by Osse. He still hasn't gone to speed yet. And bombs. Bombs is such a weird item in this game because in vanilla you absolutely have to get bombs to beat the game. You cannot skip it. Because we get power bombs so much earlier, you don't need bombs in the randomizer version. In most situations.
It does help you breathe a little easier in places like Lower Norfair if you're if you only have 1 power bomb.
Oh, well, you can't. Yeah. With only 1 power bomb, you better have something else to get you through because you need 6 to get out. But yeah, the bombs it's almost like it's a luxury item in randomizer because you have so many power bombs. Osse finally gonna check that speed booster item. He'll be happy to see Screw Attack again before Lower Norfair. A lot of times runners will skip it if they get it after Lower Norfair, since you often have to turn it off to do Zep Skip and stuff. Although that may not even be an issue today because we might not find Ice Beam. And Sloaters has not yet checked the Wave Beam item, so he's going to refill here again before heading over that way. My guess is we're going to see the runners check Croc at this point. Their other option is to try... They can't really do Sloatless Meridia without high jump. And then either Spring Ball or Ice. So that's not really an option. Their other option really is to go to go up to the wreck ship. That's an awfully long way if your item turns out to be at Ranomizer.
Yeah, waterway's in play, and it might have the keys to the wreck ship that don't make you have to CWJ it, but I don't think we'll see either of these guys route that.
Yeah, they have speed booster though, so they won't need to CWJ.
Oh yeah, I'm a big dummy.
You're not the first person. I know I've made that mistake before, so.
Nor will I be the last, or will that be the last time I do that.
Well, like we said earlier, we got with charge plasma, this is a very quick fight. Blink and you miss it.
Yeah, no grapple beams, so we won't see any dislocated shoulders on Croc today. It is kind of fun to see how the different runners spend their time while that cutscene is happening.
Oh baby, we just got choices. That is a gravity suit at Croc. Croc holding the goods. So now once they're done with the Croc area, assuming they don't find Varia suit, they'll have a choice to make. Do we go to Meridia, or do we go to wreck ship? 6 items in Meridia, really slow. 4 items in wreck ship, some of which are really slow. Sloaters will be happy to see his gravity suit. Or are we going to get the famous double suit seed? Or double Croc suit seed? And the answer is... Nope, just a reserve tank.
Quick turnaround by Osse.
Yeah, really no reason for him to pick that up at this point. He's done with all his hull runs, unless he decides to try Suitless Northern Warfare. And I don't think that would be very unadvisable with only 5 power bombs and no crystal flashes available.
Sloater's gonna check the beta peeps or whatever alternate first power, however you want to look at this location.
Or Croc peeps, that's what I like to call them. Sloater is no doubt going to be equally disappointed to see a reserve tank here. Let's see how Osse decides to get across this area. This is a very tight short charge here, not in logic. Although getting up here is in logic because they have bombs. You can do a bomb jump to get up there. And with this amount of E-tanks, you could do it. He's really trying for that short charge. This is going to give Sloaters a chance to catch up here. Osse deciding that's not worth it. We'll just go the normal way. And he'll probably have to take the Nutella refill here. Looks like Sloaters is also going to go for that short charge.
We told him that this was a show match and not a show-off match, right?
Oh, he's going to go for the bomb jump. Oh, boy. And I don't think he's lined up quite right. Yeah, I think he realizes he's not quite lined up right. He's going to try again. Sloaters. Oh, get out of there, Sloaters. Get out of there. Oh, I don't think he's got enough. Oh, no, Sloaters. Oh no. Yeah, this is a problem. He's got 2 energy left and not enough. Meanwhile, Ossie's gonna go into Meridia. Not entirely sure what Sloaters is gonna try and do here. There are ways to pause buffer to get through this. This is where not having those power bombs really hurts. And unfortunately, with this, even without this save, he doesn't have a save before this, so he would probably just have to restart from the beginning and not even. Okay, you got a pause buffer. Did you get another one? Yeah. I don't know if 10 is the right number, but he will have to pause a large number of times. Meanwhile, did Ossie check Mama Turtle?
He did. It was an energy tank.
Okay. Looks like he chose not to pick it up, which at this point, he's got 8. 8's plenty. Unless you're trying to do hell runs with 2 HP left. Okay, good to see the microwave beam in action. Basically, because of the properties of plasma beam, the charge plus plasma will allow you to buffer those shots so that every time you hit X-ray, it hits an extra time. Ossie running right past the E-tank in the Botwoon item. Can't say I blame him. Oh, Ossie seeing some power bombs says, "Wow, where have you been?" Picks those up. And again, this is why not seeing more power bombs early really, really hurts. You see microwave beam boss number 2. Yeah, if it's not frame perfect, it's pretty darn close. So yeah, if you could just get back down to Croc, that's not a heated room, and you could get over. But I think even with 0 energy at that point, he'd still have to continue to pause buffer. So I'm not sure how he's gonna manage this.
Well, he might be able to get a drop from the CAC, a health drop. So that would
give him a little bit of time. Yeah.
Another reserve.
Well, we got Plasma and Shack Tool left and the Sand Pit left in Meridia. Or Ossie could go check Wreck Ship.
And the Spring Ball location is not in Logic without Ice or Grapple. So
that is correct.
Really only 2 more checks right now. In Meridia, I should specify.
Yep. It wouldn't surprise me if Ossie's capable of doing the Crystal Flash Clip, but I don't know if he would take the time to do that at this point. Especially since he only has 10 power bombs, so you'd have to find another power bomb pack to even do that. Looks like he's going to check the Sand Pit first. Or possibly just go... Nope, looks like he's going to check that Sand Pit. That makes sense.
Yeah, he can check the sand pit, do some reverse sewer pipe strats to get up to plasma pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain to get to plasma the normal way if you don't have at least one of high jump or space jump, and he has neither. Oh, it's Ice Beam. He'll want that. Now he doesn't have to worry about power bombs anymore.
Nice kneeling turnaround get by Osse. And now Shaq-Tool is in logic, so we'll see if he goes over there to do the Puyo clip.
Not yet.
Oh, Sloaters picked up that health drop.
Oh, we got another one. Oh, no. He didn't make it, though. Oh, no, Sloaters. That's rough. Yep, now we are going to see the clip to Shaq-Tool. It's not quite the spot you want that in. Oh, he did it with X-ray. Never mind. Yeah, you have a little more leeway if you have X-ray in terms of getting that clip up.
Osse getting in some arm pump practice while Shaq-Tool does his thing.
All right, let's see what's at Shaq-Tool. And just a reserve. Ugh. Yeah, that G mode with the reserve tank. I don't know if that would save him, but he's continuing to try. Meanwhile, Osse is going to head right back to that plasma beam. I don't think he ever actually checked it. Went back down to Shaq-Tool first. Okay, let's see what Plasma has for us today. Will it be Varia, or is Osse gonna have to go to the wreck ship? And it's just an E-tank. So, wreck ship, here we come. And nice Shine Spark out. He could have done a bomb jump out, but quicker to the Shine Spark. It is a I want to say a 2-tap.
I think stutter
not
2.
A whole lot. Yeah.
Sloaters is changing up his strategy. He got a little bit more health, so now he has to save at 5 health. So he's got a little bit more room to work.
Yes, indeed. 5 is definitely greater than 2. So let's see. So the question in chat, can they get to the wreck ship E-Tank before the Phantoon kill? They can get there. The E-Tank will not be there until Phantoon is dead. The only item you can grab before Phantoon is what we like to call the spooky missiles. We are going to get to see the Forgotten Highway here. Don't get to see this area very much. And it may not even be that it's probably not even faster in this situation. Typically, the place where it definitely is faster is in an RBO situation where you don't have suits. And this is the route that they take in RBO. Yeah, there is a setting in the very randomizer that lets that E-Tank be available before Phantoon, but we don't have that setting on. Yeah, it's faster coming out of Plaza without a suit. I'm pretty certain, and it's not a big difference, but I'm pretty certain it's been checked by several people that it's faster not coming through Plasma to go through Forgotten Highway. Oh, it's definitely faster without a suit because there's too much in Meridia you'd have to go through without a suit. Whereas once you get up to that Plasma Beam area, there's not a whole lot of, there's a lot less water. So just so y'all know, Sloaters did officially forfeit, so he is allowed to be in chat. But he does say he's going to keep trying to get out, and we appreciate that. Okay, so the last of the microwave bosses. This one's a little bit different. You have to shoot Phantoon with a missile first to open the eye, and then you can do the buffered X-ray charge beam shot. Yeah, if Sloaters does manage to get out of here before Osse finishes run, he'll be the winner in our hearts.
Yeah, no kidding.
But since this is just an open SRL race, it's not a big deal. He's probably feeling like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't try this in an actual league race. So far, wreck ship E-Tank. Yeah, and to remind everybody, so the rest of today is going to go like this. After this race, Speed Game is going to have the weekly SMZ3 race, which is a normal mode spoiler race. Wouldn't be surprised to see Osse play in that as well. He's very good at those spoiler races. At about 6:15 on the Ranomizer League channel, you can see that on the SMRL command. Thanks to Lucius for putting that in. We will be announcing divisions and matchups for the first 4 weeks on our channel. And then at 7 o'clock Eastern time, that we'll be following that with the first actual league matchup. That will also be on this channel, on the main Speed Gaming channel. So, like I said, a really exciting day of Super Metroid for us today. And
Osse
I don't think
so we're not seeing any more of the wreck ship.
No, we're not seeing the rest of wreck ship. He's gonna go straight down to Lower Norfair. Yep. So we have high jump, spring ball, and space jump, and 6 locations we have now, 7 locations. So the resurrect ship could have nothing. We might see behind Ridley. We might see Firefleet. We're not going to see the GT item. We're never going to see Waterway. We're never going to see Gauntlet. So those items could be those items could be at the top erect ship, but we won't know until we see the credits and the spoilers in the credits. So the league logic is pretty similar to what was last season. A few things have been tweaked. The first 4 seasons are going to be a major minor split, and then we're going to introduce something new. Some of you have played these before. We're going to do what's called a Chozo randomizer, and what that does is it takes the Chozo locations and the boss reward locations. So after Ridley, after Dragon is already a Chozo statue. After Kraid, the right supers in Wreck Ship, and those will be your major items: 3 E-tanks, 2 missiles, 2 super missiles, a power bomb pack, and a reserve. The idea is if you go to those locations and only those locations, you'll have enough to beat the game. Yeah, that's right. Osse paying respect to sloaters, taking his refill. And I've played a few Chozo randomizers. They're pretty fun. It's going to be what I'm excited to see about the Chozo split is that you kind of have a choice. Are you going to just go to those Chozo locations and try to get through everything as fast as you can, or are you going to go to those extra locations? Because the rest of the E-tanks and reserve tanks will be mixed in with all the other minor items. And then the last week of the season, we're going to do something even more different. We're going to do a boss randomizer, and the runners will decide between themselves whether to do what kind of split they're going to do. So a boss randomizer basically means you can go to Kraid and hit Ridley. As part of that, we're going to give runners a choice to be doing the Chozo split, the major minor split, or a full split. Okay, Osse heading down to Lower Norfair now. He is going to have to do a high jumpless gravity jump. Shouldn't be any trouble for him. It is a little bit harder than the regular high jump gravity jump is pretty free. High jumpless is, actually takes a little bit of work, but he should be fine to do it. Or he could just do Lava Spark. Or he could miss Lava Spark. That was a nice setup. He just was a little bit too far over. But no trouble with the gravity jump. Okay, and Osse's not going to go to check the GT item. No reason to. And we'll see how he decides to get through worst room in the game. He can just use bombs. Osse does have the ability to do this tricky wall jump up here without high jump boots. We'll see if he goes for that. Ironically, Osse and Sloaters are 2 of the people that I've seen do this wall jump.
I think he's trying to freeze that.
Oh, he's going for going for ice beam strats. And gets the wall jump first try. Nicely done. That is a very tricky wall jump without high jump boots. Okay, Probably not going to check Fire Fleas at this point. If he checks it, maybe he'll be on the way out. At this point, the only thing he'd really want is high jump boots.
All right, +2 health for sloaters. Let's see him get it done now.
Yeah, if you can get 2 more health every once in a while. Oh, he's got 11 now. Ridley not quite dead yet, but now he is.
No, but that manipulation that he used
very nice
to pump those super missiles into him was just great. That was real fun to watch.
Yeah, and I don't think we've mentioned this. So he's Osse not gonna check the Ridley items. He's definitely not even gonna check Fire Fleas. But one thing I just want to make sure everyone's well aware of. So we are going to be doing these races weekly. We have the 1 o'clock and the 7 o'clock time slots on Sundays for Super Metroid Randomizer. The plan is for every week one of those to be a league match and one of those to be an open match. Which one's which is going to vary in large part because our friends out in Europe are probably not going to want to do the 7 o'clock Eastern match or open race either way. So we want to make sure that they can do whichever one they might prefer. But keep an eye out. We'll be doing lots of Randomizer coming up on Sundays. Oh, so close. He's so close. I think you could save one more time with just a little bit more health. He'll have it. And then he should be able, if you can just get to the croc room with 1 health, he can get over to the farming area. And you won't be going, if you're trying to go to the Nutella refill, then you'd have to go through heater room. But you can go through croc to get to the bug station. And that's not heated. He's getting closer. Plans for Saturday night? Well, nobody knows their matchups yet, so my guess is there will be Saturday night randos on the Rando League channel. To answer that question, we won't know until people start scheduling. So just definitely tune into the reveal, and people will get their matchups, and scheduling will happen pretty quickly.
Yeah, I remember last season, without even planning on a same day after the reveal race, we had a race the same day as the review.
Yeah, it happened pretty, and the we'll have to update this command once the spreadsheet becomes public, because that's not the current spread. That might still take you to the old spreadsheet. We'll get it fixed for. Actually, we should get it fixed for tonight. Let's see if we can get that fixed for tonight. If not, we'll get it fixed for next week for sure. I see using some bomb jumps to get up there. Probably the best way you can here. Yeah, I think that might be the only way with the items that he has. Okay, now Sloater's up to 14 in saving, so let's see if he can get through this time. So I think Sloaters is going to be able to make this happen. Question is, can he do it before Osse finishes?
Yeah, what Sloaters is doing is almost like a visual representation of what it feels like paying off credit card.
Or student loans, right? Yeah, Sloater's been stuck there for quite a while. I'd say maybe 20 minutes at least. Yeah, Osse, having not gone for the refill, has a little bit low on supers. This will not be a problem for him. Since he will be able to zap skip. Sloaters and Osse were really close. He was maybe a room or two behind when things went wrong. Both runners tried to go croc escape to get out, and both gave up on it. Osse gave up on it a little bit quicker and was able to get out without dying, while Sloaters didn't quite make the decision fast enough to get out. No high jump wounds means no baby skip. So Osse is just going to damage himself down. He's done a really nice job of damaging himself down.
Yeah, he did a really great job of using Screw Attack to reset his iframes to be able to take damage quicker. Like, even something like that's just not as easy as he made it look.
No, not at all. And we never did even find a third power bomb pack. Because that would be the one thing that could have saved Sloaters, is if he could have just gotten... If he just had a third power bomb pack, he'd have been able to Crystal Flash. Very nice speed zap skip from Osse, saving him from having to turn off Screw Attack. Osse setting up for stand-up glitch. Oh, it's so close. Just before the door transition, he goes down to 0. Okay. Come on, sloaters, you got this. Osse finishing up Mother Brain. Very nice stand-up glitch. Osse just having to finish the escape. And Osse finishing up with an official SRL time of 58:57, but that's only good enough for second place as Pete finishes up with an official SRL time of 58:16, just barely sniping. Meanwhile, Sloaters is still trying to get this. Oh man, I think given it a time, I know Sloaters. I think he can get this, but wow, this is tough. And it looks like we're going to be joined by Osse. Hey, Osse, how you doing?
Hey.
GG's. Nicely done. Very nice exhibition you put out there.
Yeah, mechanically that was pretty excellent.
So, sorry you're not going to be in the league this season, but there are other seasons, and hopefully you'll do more of these weekly races, but we're happy to see you today.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for the league this season, but the weekly races are still fun, so I might join some of those.
Yeah, we hope you do. Yeah, I don't know if you know what happened to Sloaters. So you both kind of did the same thing at trying to go through Croc Escape to get out. You gave up on it a little bit faster than he did, and he's still trying to make his way out using pause buffering. So he's hopefully he can get himself done and well, he's not going to finish at this point, but he's still trying to at least get himself out. So hopefully that can happen.
That means he's saved.
He saved with two HP in the room above Ranomizer. And then he's managed to get his energy up to 14 through pause buffering and saving again. And so far, it's just not quite been enough to get down to the non-heated room.
Well, best of luck to him.
Yeah. So, you gonna enter the spoiler race coming up in about an hour? The SMZ3?
Oh, that's a spoiler race. I forgot. Yeah, it was in the plan to join the weekly.
Excellent.
I just forgot it was spoiler.
Either way, it should be fun to watch, and so we'll wish you luck on that. Oh, see what these other items were. Spring ball is at Waterway. You weren't going back to that. High jump at Gravity. You weren't going to that. Grapple beam at Fire Fleas. Yeah. Space jump at Ridley. So I guess you could have gotten space jump, but high jump would have been more useful at that point. So.
Yep, high jump is the one you want. I got to show off everything without high jump.
Yep.
For what that's worth.
Well, I made the seed, so high jump doesn't like me, so that's what happens.
Yep, I was happy with my tricks. I got the damage boost to X-ray.
Yep.
I got the worst from the game jump.
Yep.
Got the bubble mountain wall jumps.
Yep.
Those are hard.
Yeah, it was at the beginning, it was quite the show of exhibition between the two of you, both pulling off the same tricks, both doing the stuff in Bubble Mountain, the X-ray, the early X-ray check. So it's just a shame the Sloaters just couldn't quite get out quick enough to save himself this hassle he's going through right now.
Yeah. I guess my read was that Sloaters went to wreck ship early, got Varia, and then just got his health too low in Lorne Arfair.
Yeah, well, that could have happened. We have a bunch of other runners going through this, so maybe somebody else. I wonder if anyone of our other runners went to wreck ship first. Because that would have been, getting those, getting that Vari suit early would have saved all those hell runs. But that's Ranomizer. You never know when that wreck ship's going to pay off or when it's going to be complete garbage.
Yeah, in this seed there was so many E-tanks that hell runs seemed fine, reasonable.
Oh yeah. Well, it kind of screams at you hell runs when you get that many E-tanks. You kind of expect to find something. Then you got Gravity Suit when Meridia was trash.
Yep. Give you Gravity Suit, speed, and then had ice in the sand pit, so you could do all of Meridia.
Yep. All right. Anything else either you, Osse, or Android want to add? And Sloaters, if you want to come in, I see you in chat. Feel free.
Now, the only thing I have is just to make sure, tell Osse good game. And one question is just in hindsight, any routing choices that you might have done differently? It's easy to look back and know where you would have gone, but anything that was like weighing on your mind that you had to make a quick decision?
So I did find that I'm a bit rusty in Ranomizer and forgot that meme route was an option.
Nice. Would you have gone that way?
Possibly. Maybe not. I think it's supposed to be better, but
I think
no, probably not.
Depends. Yeah, I mean, the speed booster is the one that kills you if like in this seed it wouldn't have mattered because you didn't get speed booster till later. But that's the big risk, is getting speed booster like at the reserve, Brinstar Reserve, and have already passed by Waterway.
Yep. And then the only alternate play I was thinking of was when I got speed, if I should go to Waterway and then to Wreck Ship.
Mm-hmm.
But like staying in Norfair got me gravity, and it's hard to pass Meridia.
Yeah, and especially in this case with all those E-tanks. Like if you'd only 3 or 4 E-tanks, then the hell runs would have been not quite as tempting, I think.
And the speed is right next to the speedway, so yep, you didn't have to do the hard hell run.
Okay, so I think that's going to be it for us. Again, stay tuned on this channel at 2 o'clock for the SMZ3 normal mode spoiler race weekly, and then our reveal on the Randomizer League channel at about 6:15 tonight, and then at 7 o'clock after the reveal, we will have our first league matchup of the season. So make sure you tune into Speed Gaming for that. We're really excited to bring all of that to you today.
And if you haven't already, make sure you give the runners and Tracy and Cheaty a follow.
And Android. All right. So we'll hopefully, again, stay tuned, and hopefully we'll see you all at 6:15, and again at 7 o'clock for the league.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you soon.